Hey guys, um, I'm back here. Basically just gonna explain. I went on a hunt this weekend and gonna explain to you kind of what happened and basically show you that not every single hunt's gonna be perfect. Even though it's fun as heck, it still might not go perfectly as planned. So what happened was, I go to this new spot. I've been there 2, maybe 3 times in the past, but I haven't gone there at all this year. So I decided this was going to be one of the best bets on spots for the night. It's denning season now, so it's getting pretty tough to hunt. But if you can get a coyote or a couple of coyotes to come in at this time of year, it's a great time to do it. It's just not easy like it is earlier in the year. But that said, I get to this spot and I set up. I don't realize that there is as many terraces in this field as there is, so I didn't have a perfect setup at that point in time. I thought it was going to be great, but it wasn't quite perfect. There was probably 4 or 5 terraces in front of me to where I couldn't quite see on the back side of where I was looking, or I guess we'll get to that point. But anyway, so there's a few terraces in front of me, not a perfect setup, but I turned my thermal on and instantly I already see a coyote out in the field like 300 yards away, so I'm pumped up. So I get the call going. I start with a interrogation howl, and instantly that coyote's just barking and howling. You'll see that in the video here, but he's barking, howling, making a bunch of noise. So I'm just watching that coyote, and I wait about a minute, and I go into pup distress. The reason I did that was because I wanted something. I was thinking about doing a fight, but since it was the only coyote that was in front of me that I could see, I wanted to start a little slower and maybe get to a fight if it came down to it. But I went into a pup distress. I played that for about 2 minutes, and to my right, I hear a bunch of noise, and it just sounds like a herd of buffaloes coming at me, So I don't know what it is. I turn to the right with my thermal, and there's 2 coyotes just hauling towards me, just barreling right in. So I hit the record button, and as soon as I hit the record button, I hit the mute button on my call, because they're like within 75 yards at this point, and they're just coming straight in. They're still hauling towards me. So hit the mute button. As soon as I hit the mute button, the first coyote that's coming in, the one that's hauling in faster than the other one, just coming in quick as heck, he's coming in, and as soon as I hit that mute button, he knows something's up, so he just turns on a dime and starts going away from me. So I throw up a couple mouth howls, and he stops, but I kind of rushed to shoot because I didn't want him to run again. So I shoot, ended up hitting him a little far back, so he didn't drop in his tracks, unfortunately. But I turn over to where that second coyote was to try and get that one down, and it's already over the terrace. I can't see it. I can't see past that second terrace in front of me. So don't know what happened to it. So I go right into another pup distress sound, or actually I think it was hurt pup is what I used. I went into that and stand there for about 2 minutes scanning, and all of a sudden I see that second coyote pop up again. And so I hit the record button again and get ready to shoot. And as soon as I hit that record button and get ready to shoot, it takes off running again. I'm like, at this point I'm all stressed thinking, what the heck's going on here? Anyway, I do probably 4 or 5 mouth howls at him, finally get him to stop. He's probably at this point 250 yards, maybe somewhere around that area. And he stops. I think I get a good hold on him. This time I'm wanting him to drop in his tracks. I don't want to have to go on a track drop, especially at 250 yards in the dark. So I aim on his front shoulder, maybe even a little forward. That way it just drops in his tracks. Usually you hit his shoulder and it's done for. A lot of times I'll hit him right behind the shoulder because that's a good vital shot, but at the same time you still might have a runner. So usually if you hit them right in the shoulder, they're done for. So that's what I was aiming for. I don't know if I pulled a little to the right when I pulled the trigger. I don't know if I hit it. Either way, it takes off running. And right then I knew I either had to just let him go or start shooting. And since it's denning season, I decided I wasn't going to get another chance at this coyote later in the year, at least until they start dropping pups. So I start shooting. I shoot, I don't know, 8 or 9 times on the run. And then he gets behind the group of trees and I lose him. I can't see him anymore. So basically, at that point, it was nothing I could do for that second coyote. I mean, once that coyote runs, that thing could, even if I had got a good shot on him, after I lose him, especially in the dark, that thing could run another 300 yards and die, and you'll never find it. It could run farther. It might have died right there. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But anyway, I never recovered that coyote. Never found it. Didn't spend much time looking for it, to be honest, because I already knew I wasn't going to find it in the dark. And yeah, so I got 1 coyote killed for sure out of 3. The first original coyote that was barking never actually came into the call because I was shooting at these other 2 that came in. So anyway, long story short, super fun hunt, awesome hunt. You'll see the footage here, but yeah, it did not go perfectly by any means, and that's just part of hunting. So anyway, hope you enjoy the footage. Like and subscribe if you like my videos, and I'll keep trying to post some more for you.